Welcome to Starseed Gathering podcast. This podcast is hosted by Annabelle Ivaya, intuitive mentor and healer. This platform welcomes all of the light workers, healers, and coaches from all around the globe to share their story, their awakening, their path, and their mission here on earth today. You will meet a beautiful soul today that wants to share their light with you. Allow the story that you will hear and all of the information to land within you like a breeze of love. I welcome you into this sacred space. Enjoy this podcast.
Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Starseed Gathering, the podcast that I created over 2.5 years ago to share a platform where light workers, healers, psychics could come and share their gifts and also connect with other people, maybe that they would not have actually connected to before. It's really a place where I want you all beautiful light workers to shine, and the people that are viewing us is really taking in what is resonating with you, because sometimes it does, sometimes it does last, but there's going to be, if you're here, there's going to be a message for you to hear so that it does something. And if you're wanting to connect with our guests, you'll see all of the information below, and it will be a very beautiful time together. If you don't know me, I'm your host, Annabelle Vaya. I am an intuitive mentor and healer. I do a bunch of different things. I have a lot of courses and I do a lot of one-on-ones and groups. And today I'm hosting this beautiful session with Tina. She is a lovely holistic healer and a psychic medium, and she's going to share a little bit more about who she is, how she got there, what she does. So, welcome, beautiful Tina.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here and to share space and light with you. So obviously we can both feel each other and feel that energy, and it's beautiful. I love it. It just ripples out and radiates and it's gorgeous. So from countries to states to cities. So, as you said, I'm a psychic medium and a holistic healer. I'm 46 years old. I have been psychic that I know of since I was 7. That's when I first really knew that I had abilities, but I didn't really know what they were until I got a lot older. I had a vision at 7. I knew I was to be a healer. That was my calling, my passion. It's what I was supposed to do. But I grew up in Western medicine. So I wanted to be an RN in trauma. That was like my goal. That's where I wanted to be. And I was probably in the medical field for 15 or 16 years, and I had a stroke. And I had another vision after the stroke, and that's what really opened me up to more of my abilities and what I could really do with them. In that second vision of being the healer, I was told, "Can I show you the healer you're supposed to be?" And I was like, "What?" I thought like that's what I was doing. I'm doing home health and hospice. Like, I am doing the work, aren't I? But in the same sense, I had really no clue of the holistic side until I went to my first class of yoga to diminish my tremors from my stroke. And I was sold. I was like, what is this? Like, I had to learn more. And as I learned more, I noticed, oh, well, there's things that we can do to one, heal ourselves, and to be able to do things not only for ourselves, but for others, that they would be able to take control of themselves, their health, internal, external, right? Not saying that Western medicine is not good. and we don't need it, because we do. But I love that my higher power has guided me to intertwine the two, and it's been phenomenal. Like, absolutely amazing. The visions, from anywhere from a reading to doing a Reiki session, like, just seeing the difference that it brings to the people that come to me, where it's all divinely orchestrated. I believe that's how we meet. That's how you and I met. That's how I'll meet the others. Like, it's that ripple effect of that loving light energy that all of us are so much about sending out, because we know it's going to ripple. So, and if we continue to push it out, right, we know that everything we push out comes back tenfold. Hence why a lot of us like to work with the light. And yes, we have to take the dark with the light, right? You have the negative with the positive, but I don't work with those energies. I try to turn towards the light and the more lighter presence, if you will. So.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. That's interesting how all of us have a breaking point in our timeline where I was in healthcare too, but I was in a social worker before I
Oh,
do what I'm doing. So I understand what you meant by, well, I'm already helping people here. Like, what's
right.
the difference? We don't, but I could feel my heart. There's more, right? I was like, yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
I like my clients. I like what I do. I don't like the boxiness of it, but I liked, connecting with people and seeing that they were better. But I was also seeing the door open, and then always coming back, my clients coming back, and all of the, more suffering, more pain, more medication, more of everything. And I was like, there must be something else I can do to help them. So I do feel that I mean, it's interesting that for you it was a stroke. It's like big impacts. It's rare, I feel, so far in my
Mhm.
conversations, that it's really smooth. Usually there's a breaking point where we like, there was
Yep.
a us before this event and there's the us after the event. For me, it was a PTSD that happened in 2015. I always been super spiritual. I know I was intuitive, but you're like, that's for other people. I don't know if I have the gifts. And ooh, she's so good. And you look at people with like, oh my God, all I know.
Yep.
Um, it's very, very lovely, and I love that you're sharing that those holistic techniques that you use helped you first, right? And that's what we learn. It's like we learn to heal ourselves from holistic healing, and we're like, oh, okay. So if it works for me, it's gonna work for others, and then the courses come,
Mhm.
right? And the wisdom comes back, and tell us more
Yeah.
about this part.
Yes.
When did it drop that you were like, okay, this is my path, I need to do this now? How did it work for you?
So I went on a women's yoga retreat. And at the end of the retreat, the lady that was hosting the retreat, she was like, "What would it be like for women to be able to do this whenever they wanted?" And I was like, "Oh, wait a minute. But not just women, like, why not kids and men and couples and like everybody, right? Including animals that, yes, I work with them too." Um, so like working with everything, like even nature, right? Even the animals that we have out in nature, just all of it, and bringing it all together and creating that one healing ripple effect that makes such a big difference. So, and like you said, we learn, right, so many tools to heal ourselves. And then it's like, oh, but I can share this with others and I can show others that they can in turn do it too. And I'm totally with you. I don't know if you got a chance to look at my website before we got together on the video, but there's like a wide range of services that I offer through Philip's Retreat. And I love it because there are some tools that have come my way that aren't for me, like bars, for instance. I don't work with bars. I've tried, but it's just not for me. but that doesn't mean it doesn't work. And it doesn't mean it doesn't work for somebody just because it's not for me. So I know tons of bars practitioners. So they want bars, I'm going to send them to them. And we create that circle, right? And then this circle just gets so much bigger. And that's where we all want to be. We don't want to deal with the chaos and the anxieties that life brings, right? But when we can come back to that serenity by using the tools or reaching out to the like-minded that know are going to get us and can get us on that higher frequency to be a
Definitely.
better person for ourselves.
Definitely. I really am an advocate that to be able to do this work, I don't think we have to be perfectly healed and everything. I don't think that. But we need to have some things anchored because I mean, if I'm all over the place and I'm not grounded and I'm not even managing my own emotions and my own life, it's going to be difficult to show that to someone else anyway.
Yeah.
It's like we need to embody the teaching, not to be perfect, because when I do my channeling courses to help people connect in and remember that they have an intuition and they can, develop their clairsenses like you and I, it's also like telling them, well, you don't have to wait that your gifts are like me, because if I had started to be where I'm at to start, I would not have helped all of the people I've helped since I was starting. I'm not saying that, I think that the ego part of ourselves is like, well, you haven't learned enough and maybe you're not practiced enough and blah, blah, blah. But that's how we grow. The more you're going to use your gifts, the more they're going to expand. The more you're going to use your healing gifts, your psychic abilities. I mean, they expand with you using them, not in your bedroom in the drawer where you never touch them and look at them ever again.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yep,
learning.
exactly. When you notice which ones are you need, right, out of those tools for that person because you've connected with them. So, and it's beautiful how all the tools like mesh together. Like when you're doing your healing sessions and the psychic abilities start, so you do know. And then they're like, how'd you know? Well, we opened up, and so did you to allow us in, right? So.
Exactly. I love that. I love that. Yeah, because it's like a part. It's like I remember like it was at some point my guides wanted me to do hands-on healing, and it was kind of a bit of a trauma, a small one, like a really small one if you compare it to the ones I had in my childhood and later on. But it was like, man, okay, I'm gonna try it. Okay, I'll do it. So I placed my hands on my client that's with me, and all of the other gifts are like nothing. I don't hear anything anymore. I don't see anything anymore. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what is happening? And then I hear them, see, it's okay. She's receiving exactly what she needs. You don't have to have all of the other things. They will come back. But right now, focus on what you're doing. And I was like, okay. So it's just like the trust, right? Of those gifts and how it goes. And
Yeah.
it's such a process for all of us. Nobody kind of starts
Hmm.
their business as like, yeah, I know everything and I'm super courageous.
Right.
Yes. But like we have our ups and downs and we have our learning curve.
Yes. Yep. Oh, yeah, we definitely have our moments where we're still the student in a lot of situations. And even some of us that practice the same way, right? Like we're both a psychic medium, right? But we probably practice with those abilities a little bit differently, but in similarities too.
Right.
So
Definitely. Yeah. What do you love the most doing, beautiful? What is your zone of like genius where you feel you're thriving the most in your business or when you connect with people with any of your gifts?
I I would have to say self-care. Like helping a person realize that they have the ability to heal themselves because some of us think that we're so damaged because of the past, the trauma, the whatever the diagnoses are, we feel like we've been weakened by all that. And in turn, we don't necessarily have the abilities to be able to heal ourselves when in turn we actually do have those abilities. It's just being reminded of them and bringing the like minded in and helping us boost that frequency up so that we build our own self-confidence up and get to that level to where we do feel like we can, because we absolutely can. And there's a lot of us, myself included, that are prime examples of being able to heal yourself with the tools, sometimes without.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Because we need to be open to the tools too, right? The tools cannot come to us if we're like, yeah, no, like very stubborn and we want to do things a certain way. Like
Right.
we need to let them come in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when we work with energies with people or any way we work, right, in the spiritual realm, where if you're not open to receiving, it's going to be very difficult for us to do anything because you are your own healer. We're just guiding the energies, we're guiding or channeling messages to support you, to confirm things, to hold you while you're there, because that's part of the mission, right? To be able to hold you when you need somebody to hold you, which for a lot of us we haven't had. When we were crumbling, it was well, put the pieces back together because that's where you're at this point, right? And then
Uh-huh.
it's all part of the process, but you need to allow the support in, the love in, and we can then help you to see how much of a beautiful person you are underneath all of these stories, right, that are stored, and that we don't want to be defined by our trauma, but often we do for a long time, right? Until we decide that this part of our story is not what's supposed to define us for the future and the present anymore.
It's just a chapter in the life book.
Exactly, exactly. And we have so many more to write.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Tons more. Yes. I absolutely agree with that. 100%.
Tell me, do you work in person and online? Like, what's your business like? Tell us a bit more about that.
I work in person. I travel to my clients. I'll travel to their homes. I have lots of offices throughout the valley, in Salt Lake in Utah. But I also work virtually. I have clients all over the world. I work globally, on a regular basis, and I absolutely love it. I love that I am able to use my abilities virtually, because I know not everybody feels like they can. They're not comfortable with doing it. They feel the technology gets in the way, or whatever the reasoning is, right? We all are made the same, but we all work differently. But I am very excited and feel very blessed that I have opened myself to allow divine to guide me, because in 2020, of course, we all know, I mean, we weren't really allowed to do anything around here. So a lot of healing and readings did go to virtual in that time. It was a little scary, just because we weren't able to get out and about, but it was still prosperous. Like it still grew. And in all honesty, I really think that it showed people it's okay to come in, because we had to come in because we were closed in. So we didn't really have a choice but to dive in at some point. So I really think that that helped people be more open to the virtual aspect of being able to deliver the healing or even readings. So I've done cleansings, I've done my Reiki, I've done readings, I've done tunings with the tuning fork over video, and they've been successful. I'm sure you have shocked yourself, as I have my own, at our abilities. Like, sure, I'll try it. I'm not sure if it's going to work. That's ego getting in the way, totally. But then we see it work and it blows our ego as well. And it's beautiful. So, virtually over the phone, I do have some people that will just request messaging, as long as a person is open to receiving Whether it's the healing, the readings, the yoga, whatever I'm doing, as long as they're open to that, I can deliver it. Can they be skeptical? Absolutely. I have tons of people that come to me that are skeptical. They're not quite sure, and I'm okay with that. You just got to believe in something, whatever that is for you, because I know my higher power is going to work with your higher power, whatever that is for you. And they're going to come together, including my higher self and your higher self. So as long as there's that, there's something to work with. So, but sure, you can completely close somebody off. Uh, Absolutely, 100%. Is it going to work then? Probably not, because you completely blocked everything off. So, does that mean that that person wasn't necessarily a good fit? Maybe not. Maybe the practice was new to you. So, but I always say, listen to self. Your self will tell you if you're really connected with somebody, and you can feel it. You can feel that lightness, if you will, within. So, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I get that. It's because the connection, the healing, whether it's like voice or like on video or it's in person or virtual, even just distance, and then you leave a message after or whatever it is that you do. Of course, the yeah, the main is to receive some, healing, of course, and feeling calmer and feeling like you're more aligned after the session. And I think we all know like when it's a fit or when it's not. I know for myself, like I think when we have gifts, we become a little bit pickier with who works with our energy because we know, right? And we've evolved and everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if there is a fit, it can blow your mind like how much you're going to receive from the sessions. It's very important. I think it's a good point that you're bringing up that feel into it, like have a conversation, watch her videos, like listen to her voice. How does it feel when you connect to this person? Do you feel seen? Do you feel heard? Do you
Yes.
feel like it's connecting to a level is going to allow you to let go of your differences so that you can receive as much as you could? And there's not a good way of receiving. It's just whatever we're usually receiving, what we're supposed to be receiving that day, where we're at, but your soul is ready
Yep.
to will be let go, and then you move on, right? And then you continue on. But it's a good way of reminding people, you have this inner guidance systems that always speaks to you. So feel into it. It's even more important right now because you've probably seen that too. There's so many different types of healers and people and spiritual teachers. Find the one that speaks to you. It's so important.
Yes. Well, and that's the beautiful thing too about when you meet a healer, if they don't feel the connection, normally we know a wide range of healers, right? That we can be like, oh, well, maybe you'll connect with this person, because it does happen. Absolutely, 100%. It's rare, which we're grateful for, but it does happen. So it's lovely to know so many resources globally and be able to, oh, well, I can only help you so far, or maybe I couldn't, but I know this person can. So, and I think that helps a lot too.
Yeah, yeah, and then you're not leaving the person, like just out, like without any services. You're actually bringing them to someone that could support them.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Would you like to share something with the viewers, like maybe a meditation or an exercise that you think that could be helping them? Whatever, if you feel anything is coming up, tell me.
Sure. Let's do a short guided meditation. How does that sound?
Sure.
And then I will end it with my singing voice.
Yay.
That's what I'm hearing to do. So that's what I'll do if that's okay.
Yes, of course. I love that you're willing
All
to share.
right. Sweet. Okay. So if you would like to close your eyes, you may close your eyes, but you don't have to. Whatever feels good to you. I would like for you to connect with your breath, the inhale and exhale. the rise and fall of the shoulders, the rise and fall of the chest, and the rise and fall of the abdomen. With each inhale and each exhale, placing your palms open wherever they're comfortable, but just placing them open. On that left side, things leave us, right? We allow the negative or anything that's bothering us, we allow it to let go on that left side. And on that right side, we receive. We receive that healing, that light, and that love. On your inhale, allow the oxygen to be healing to any dis-ease you feel in your body. On your exhale, allow that carbon dioxide to take all of that dis-ease away from you. Breathing in and breathing out at your pace. No need to control the breathing. Allowing the healing in and allowing the dis-ease out. Taking both hands and placing them at the heart center. And with your hands at the heart center, giving yourself that loving light from higher self, higher power, your guides and angels. May you be wrapped in this loving light as you move forward in your days. When you feel ready, you may open your eyes and give yourself a nice hug. And then we got to keep that balance, right? So we're going to bring the arms out into goddess. So just bring the arms beside us. Up. Yes. And then another big hug, other arm on top this time. And we're just going to bring the elbows down towards the chest. And then you're ready to open back up when you're ready.
Beautiful. I love how those like just allowing ourselves to receive is so powerful. It doesn't have to be like 3 hours of meditation every day to receive, right? It's just stop what you're doing,
Yes.
receive, connect in, and allow it to flow. Love it.
Yes. And like you said, it doesn't have to be an hour. And a lot of people come to me and they're like, Tina, I can't meditate. Like I get monkey mind, right? So challenge yourself 1 minute. Try 1 minute a day. That's it. And you don't have to do the same thing every day. Maybe you read affirmations. Maybe you listen to music. Maybe you sing like you're waiting for my voice right now. But just in that 1 minute, what comes to you to do to just be? That's what we do in that 1 minute. And it becomes contagious. That 1 minute becomes 2 minutes. And then next thing you know, you're looking for that time. And before you know it, you're busy, still able to stay in that serenity mode. So,
Yes, your voice. We want your voice.
all right. Okay, so I promise you, you probably think you know the lyrics, but I promise you don't. Here we go. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like you. You were once lost, but now you are found. You were blind, but now you see. One more. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like us. We were once lost, but now we are found. We were blind, but now we see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
Yay! Thank you. How beautiful. I like to
Thank
go.
you. Thank you for allowing me.
You're so welcome. I also sing, but I don't sing songs. I sing light language, which is quite different. Just like vocals and things like that.
I love it.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
like,
so I was taking a shower one day and I hear you need to write your own lyrics. And I'm like, what? Like, I always sing the first verse. Like, I love singing the first verse. I sing the first verse when I say my prayers and do my mantras and stuff in the mornings and at night. And I hear, no, 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 but there's more. And I'm like, all right, then give it to me. And that's what came out. And I was like, whoa, where'd that come from? I have to share this. So,
oh,
yeah.
beautiful, beautiful sharing. And I think it speaks to allowing whatever comes through to be expressed. And how scared was I when my guys were like, no, you're not just gonna sing for yourself to heal, you're gonna sing for others. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. I was so scared, and now I'm fine, but it took time. But taking the leap, you have no idea whether it can make a difference in your life and in other people's life. So thank you for sharing this beautiful gift of your voice with us today, beautiful soul.
Of course. Thank you so much for allowing me. So, and thank you for sharing your light and giving a platform to other healers. Like you already know the ripple effect. So, And you already know that it comes back around too. So I'm so, so grateful that we
Mm.
got to connect and we're able to feel that connection. And we both know it's all divinely guided anyway. So they'll make it happen whether we make it or not. So
Exactly, exactly. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I can definitely feel that there is something more than this podcast in our connection. Let's say that.
yes, yes, yes.
Love it, love it. Thank you so much for allowing us to know more about you, know more about your story and what you do. We will leave all of the details of what you do, your website and everything down below this video so that people can reach out whenever they need something. If you don't know, just look at her website and look at her social media and send a message, right? Then you'll see. You'll see if it connects and you'll know in your heart anyway, as we said earlier. So thank you again, Tina. It was a pleasure to connect with you today, to hear your story, your voice, and to have this beautiful heart connection. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, Annabella. Thank you again for having me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes,
Have a
of
beautiful day.
course. Thank you.
Our viewers to be here and connect with Tina anytime. I'll see you in the next one. If you want to be part of this podcast, there will be a link below to book a time with me. So you're welcome to do that. And I see you very soon. Bye, beautiful souls.